Thanks for stopping by the Fit and Free show. I'm Angel, and I'm here to just check in with my body, do a little stretching and strengthening, and invite you to join me to whatever degree you feel like it. If you feel like it, I encourage you to breathe and smile, let go of a little stress, maybe do a little moving the shoulders around, a little stretching at the very least. Check your smile, check your alignment. I'm going to be working on the floor today because I'm working with just playing with the camera angles in the living room while I have this option, which I don't always have, so. While I'm at it and in it, I might as well talk about the squat position, which sounds funny in this day and age and probably looks even funnier and might feel funny, especially if you're not used to it, but is a great position to get your body into on the daily if you can. Humans used to spend a lot of time in this position, and some still do, but at least in my culture, we don't so much anymore. Most people don't. So I like to just hang out here, do something like talk to a camera or, do some sorting, and with more intention, perhaps, bringing my awareness into my feet, pushing down in the heels, sometimes bringing the elbows on the inside of the knees, and working that upper body kind of forward through the pelvis, using the knees and elbows against each other. Press palms and get those energetic points on the fingers and hands circulating if you're into that sort of thing, or if you just want something for torque and support. All of those are good reasons. Again, I like to just spend a little time here, and then I also like to play around with some kind of twists and stretches, bringing one shoulder down and then the other, pushing more with each arm, maybe coming up on the toes, pushing back onto the heels. If you come up, this is the preparation pose for some handstanding if you are stronger than I am today. Anyhow, I used to work more on that sort of thing. It's been a while, but I, again, encourage you to play. It's a good playful pose. You can stand up from here into forward fold, and that's good too. And you could try frog jumping. Gosh, I haven't done that in a while, and my pain issues are saying, please don't do that again right now, so I won't. But back in the martial art days, that was something we used to do quite a bit of. If you want to build your thighs, something like some frog jumping. I could do the mellow one rep method. There we go. I'm reminded to myself, man, snowboarding season is coming up. Probably should do more of those. Anyhow, every one is better than none, right? And I'm a big fan of doing one rep of things. I often just do one push-up these days because I got some arm issues. But also, encourage you, if you're trying out the squat, to try one rep of a stand-up and squat back down. You can also play with various places to put your feet, or position places, but also positions. So try with parallel feet, try with what's commonly called duck feet, with your toes pointing outward, and, I can't really do it quite, but you could play with, just playing around now with, put my feet in different positions. I find I can't actually squat from a pigeon-toed position so much. I guess I can, but that's a little bit hard on the knees. So do be careful. Do be mindful. Do listen to your own body, please. That's my overarching message. Get playful. Give yourself a little stretch time. Let go of some stress. And above all, be kind to yourself, loving to yourself. For me, this has been an ongoing process, and I was just reflecting this morning how far I've come in learning to love myself and transcending a lot of the self-loathing that I was doing about 10 years ago. So if you're in a place of self-loathing now, I can definitely say I can relate. I've been there. Sometimes I still fall into that pit of despair. But I assure you there is hope. It does get better. Sometimes it takes a while. In my case, it's taken me longer than anyone else I know. And I feel like in many ways, because of that, I can really speak to the fact that there are tools and techniques and support and things you can do to help. And one of those is giving your body some attention, giving yourself a little love, a little movement. It reverberates through a life in many ways, because the more fit you are, the more free you are, and vice versa. Yeah, they go together. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm going to come out of that squat position because my legs are talking to me about that, and just hang here in a forward fold for a breath or two, letting the legs get some blood to them and letting the spine unwind. Letting gravity do that unwinding on the neck and spine. Wiggle around a little bit. And then I'm going to come back down to the floor and have a seat. That's where I was headed in the first place. Pardon me. I'm noticing that you're kind of far. You're so far away. I have to be careful, they'll cut my video if I sing too many seconds of another person's song, won't they? You know the rest, you sing it. I'm going to come into a straddle position on the floor. Ooh, I got these whatever color pants these are not too long ago at the thrift store. I'm really liking them. It's my first time wearing them and seeing them on a camera. Anyway. Coming into a straddle position on the sits bones, and then I'm bringing my hands down the legs a little bit, and I'm going to be bending from the hips, aiming my chin forward, and just, again, pulling the torso forward kind of through the pelvis, and just exploring that a little bit. Enjoying that stretch. Sometimes I like to kind of wag the feet either back and forth this way or back and forth this way. Just feeling that through the body. Playing around again. I'm going to come over to one side and do a nice stretch, really trying to root that opposite hip down. I haven't done these kind of stretches in quite a while, so just remembering as I go. Been on the floor in a while, which is a good reason to get on the floor if you're saying me too. Going over to the other side. Again, trying to root that opposite hip down as best I can. And just getting a nice stretch through the side. Enjoying that on a couple rounds on each side, and I'm going to bring these legs forward and do a forward fold. Again, aiming my chin for my toes. For contrast, I will aim my forehead for knees, rounding the spine. That's bending more from the waist, rounding the spine, pulling actually back in the waist, and just letting the body kind of round down toward the knees. And then coming back into that forward fold, aiming chin for toes. You can pull back on the toes if you want more stretch there. A relatively flat back. And then again, rounding the spine, aiming forehead for knees. One more time, chin toward toes, relatively flat back. And then forehead to knees. Rounding the spine. And then I'm going to roll on up from there. Again, checking in with those sits bones. Bounce those knees out a little bit. Let's bring the left foot in close to the groin, if possible, on the supporting side. And I'm pushing this knee down a little bit. Again, I encourage you to listen to your own body. checking in on those sits bones, trying to remain evenly grounded as much as possible. Pushing this knee toward the floor, and I'm going to do a nice forward fold. Again, aiming my chin for my toes for my chin on this side. I'm going to bring this hand on the inside of that leg and reach around a little bit. Just feel like adding a little twist to that. Don't know why. That's just what my body said. Try out. Again, maybe your body says something different. I encourage you to listen, explore. Ooh. Speaking of listening, I got some ka-chunks there. Bounce that out and bring the other foot in close to the groin. Again, rooting myself on both sits bones, pushing that knee down a little bit, pulling my toes back a little bit, and forward folding over the left side. Just giving that a few breaths to unwind and relaxing into that. Still maintaining a little bit of a active stretch, relatively flat back. And then bring that left hand on the inside of that left leg. Just exploring a stretch on that side. Reaching around the body perhaps. Or out around back. Coming back forward. And bring both legs together again. Bouncing those out. Let's do just a little bit of balancing from here. Maybe do some ankle rolls, checking in with the ankles, shaking things up today. Got new pants on, new to me pants, and new to me, relatively new to me shirt from the thrift store as well. These boots aren't new though, or at least, well, yeah, they were new to me a year ago, but they're not no more. They're good boots though. I like them. I like boots, and I cannot lie. This is, if you're gonna watch the programming box, I encourage you to try out some balancing poses. Do it from the floor, so at least maybe you can get some different perspective, or some letting go, or some strengthening. Try out some balancing, some abdominal work. Just play around, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I do thank you for stopping by. I hope I was silly enough for you. If you want to connect with me or support me, you check out the description. There's lots of links down there, probably, ways you can do that. And I really do appreciate you and thank you if you do. And I really do appreciate and thank you if you don't. I appreciate you for being you, and I thank you for stopping by and giving yourself a little attention. Even if it was just mentally, but hopefully it was physically as well. Say it with me now. Let's have at least one deep breath. And just let go of some stress. Till next time. Ciao.